You're watching a Big Z review. Superman is a new film that is DC's second try at a cinematic universe. And this is really kind of breaking my streak of not having any superhero films that I absolutely loved, because this is amazing. I love Superman.
Your choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
So DC has handed the reins to this new universe to James Gunn. And to start it off, he is going at it full force. He's writing and directing Superman. And this is completely his own story. And I just absolutely love that. Because, so many of the other ones haven't really felt like Superman. But then, too, I love that he took inspiration from different things, especially All-Star Superman. But this is completely its own story. At its core is still, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor trying to kill David Cornsweet as Superman. But everything else about it is kind of completely original. I love that this universe feels so lived in. This takes place you don't have the whole, you don't see the parents putting him in a ship and sending him away and him being raised by his parents. Although later on you get different, you see video of stuff that happened back then. In this world, metahumans have been around for 300 years. And Superman has been on the scene for 3 years. And now you start the movie with him just having gotten his ass kicked for the first time ever. And it's by the Moravian Hammer. Of course, this is Ultraman. This is, I love that Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He is evil, but he really does the evil genius thing so well, because he has taken this world and he's trying to create his own metahumans. And one is Ultraman, and the other is the Engineer, played by Maria Gabriela de Ferreira. She is interesting too. They pose a severe threat to Superman throughout the film, and it's not so many times in other stories and other movies, Superman can just be too powerful at times. And David Cornsweet, he's still a powerful Superman, but he's not unbeatable. And I love that because it makes the story tougher to care about someone if they're just so unbeatable. This Superman is vulnerable. He has emotion. He has love for humankind, and he wants to protect them. And it's funny. I grew up. I've always been a fan of Superman. I dressed up as him as a kid. I watched all the movies when I was a kid. I loved them. But it's funny. Leading up to this, I rewatched a lot of the Superman movies, and they don't hold up that well. The first Superman 1, Superman 2 are classics, and they do have great moments, but to me they're kind of broken by if anything goes wrong, he can just go boop, spin around the world and turn back time. It just makes it so that there's no consequences for anything that happens in the film. And 3 is just really a vehicle for Richard Pryor to do slapstick comedy. And 4 is just they're the reason Superman ended at 4, let's just say. And then you have Superman Returns, and that's just hey, we're contractually obligated to make a Superman movie so we don't lose a license. So please don't mind us and Brandon Routh. And then you have the DCEU, the Snyderverse, and Man of Steel Superman. And I did like it. It might be my favorite of the group. Maybe I'm competing with Superman 2. I think Superman 2 probably takes the lead, just because they had literally just redid the story of Superman 2. It kind of annoys me. So much of the film before this, all the Superman films, all the Superman stories that have been told, like, they just don't, there's so much material you could draw from, and no one's really done it. It's always just been Lex Luthor. And this one does do Lex Luthor more, but, like, they do have so much more surrounding it. Like, I think that, there's the recent run of Absolute DC. I'm just loving it. I'm not usually, I don't usually buy the comic issue by issue. Like, sometimes I check out DC on the graphic novels, but, like, the Absolute series, especially Absolute Wonder Woman, I love, like, the art. It looks like a Greek art, the style that they do, and then what happens in it is so cool. And also Absolute Batman's great, and Absolute Superman is really good too. Like, they do a lot of interesting stuff. But this one, they introduced Brainiac in this world, and he is insane. And, like, I love that. Like, we've never seen Brainiac. We've never seen so many characters, so it makes watching this Superman makes me excited to see what the sequel would be. It makes me excited to see what this universe will become. There's so much potential, and the character, the casting for this is just so amazing. I really feel like David Cornsweet as Superman Clark Kent, he really embodies the character. Like, there are moments that, like, he gets upset, like, when he's, like, arguing with Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane, which is also amazing. But, like, there's, like, she's giving him an interview and being harsh.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die!
And because, like, this whole thing with this going on, that there was a war coming out that's definitely kind of reminiscent of Russia attacking Ukraine. And, like, but, like, this Moravia has attacked this giant poor or something like that, and they're gonna kill everyone essentially and take over the country, but Superman stops them. And, like, now there's, like, but the thing is, Moravia is the ally of the U.S., and Nicholas Hoult is giving them a bunch of weapons, and he wants a piece of whatever is going on. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. But, Rachel Brosnahan Lois Lane really kind of attacks him for, like, what gives you the right to kind of go into this battlefront and stop what's happening. And he's like, I'm protecting the people. The people were going to die, and I had the power to stop it, and I stopped it. And I love so much throughout the film. Like, there's so much action going on. There's so many different action scenes and different stuff. But, like, he always takes the time to save people. And then, too, I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end, but they do something that I'm so amazed that no superhero movie has really ever done before. Evacuate the city. And it makes a lot of sense, because if this world, if like superheroes and supervillains, metahumans have been around for 300 years, I think everyone has, like, a get out of town plan when the shit hits the fan. And so that, like, when there's something big going down that putting Metropolis in danger, they know to get out of there. And the Superman kind of helps them as, like, some of the last people get out before whatever it is hits. But then he, like, has a big battle with people, and the city is being destroyed, and buildings are coming crashing down, and you don't have to think, wait a minute, did Superman just kill 10,000 people in that building? Because there's no one in it. It's like, how did no one do this before? And throughout the film, like, I loved all the, again, the casting for everyone is so perfect. Like, I mean, apart from the main three, like, you have Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen, which is, like, he's kind of a funny character. He's like, apparently all the women love him for some reason, including, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, girlfriend who has apparently horrific toes. And he's like, I guess I can go out with a gorgeous woman, but her toes. But, and then they have Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. He's the first Green Lantern we've seen on the big screen since the Deadpool, since Ryan Reynolds' attempt at it. And this is actually one that we haven't really seen portrayed much. And he is great. Like, he has some great, really funny humor throughout the film. And he's like kind of like the leader of the Justice Gang, which also includes Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl and Eddie Gassegi as Mr. Terrific. And like, they're great because like they're kind of, Superman is like kind of friendly with them, but not a member. But like they team up for different city threatening events that happen throughout the film. And there's also, later on, they introduce Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho. And I love that, like, they do, like, so many times, again, like I said, so much stuff, the danger to Superman is that the people can fight him, but they don't have to fight him using kryptonite. But they do use kryptonite with, like, to imprison him with Metamorpho. Like, it's an interesting way to do it. And I love how it's almost like radiation sickness. It's not just like, oh, you put a chain of a crystal on my neck, and now, oh, I can't fight, I'm going to drown. Like, it's so much kind of more interesting how they do it. And I love, too, how James Gunn, how he does that. Like, he loves the found family narrative, like, from Guardians of the Galaxy. And he really continues this, you know, with Mom, Pa Kent. And, like, with stuff with the revealed about his parents. And, like, there's also all the people around him, they become his family too. I think that, like, there's just so much emotion in this film, and I just loved it. And, you know, I traveled, like, 2 hours, 4-hour round trip to Center Valley, PA, which is the nearest IMAX theater, which is also AMC, because I'm an A-list member, so I can get, instead of paying $20 for an IMAX, a nighttime showing, I can get it for free. Apart from the gas price. But like, it was packed. It was probably the busiest theater I've been in since probably like Infinity War and Endgame. Like, and I felt that not quite as high of an emotion, but that's like a decade of movies leading up to it, and this is just the start. But still, I mean, so many Superman shirts. And there was even one guy in a full Superman costume, cape and all. And I mean, everyone was just there for it. They were like cheering and groaning the whole time and clapping at the end. But I don't approve of clapping in a movie theater unless someone that made the film is there. But, you know, I love that people love doing that, you know? And it's just, everyone in this is... there's so much here. Like, I'm so excited for Superman again. Because, I mean, he is such a part of our culture. But, like, at the same time, we haven't had a good portrayal of Superman in a long time. And, I mean, there's just that... The DCEU version of him, it was just so dark and so into, like, the Jesus allegory, but also, like, there's so much stupid stuff with him. I like Man of Steel, but, like, the whole thing, usually, like, Pa Kent dies of heart disease. It's something that Superman can't save him from. But in this one, he's like, no, son, don't save me from this tornado. Watch me die. But this one, though, like, there's nothing that would really change. Like, he is so hopeful, and, like, I loved what they did. I loved how they portrayed the flying, and how they portrayed, like, the fighting, and, like, how the cameras, like, focus on the face, and, like, and how it's, like, really great cinematography, too. Like, so many different scenes, they're beautiful. But, like, there's, like, this crazy pocket universe. And there's it's so comic booky. This movie is just, I love them embracing the comic bookness of Superman. But also embracing, like, it feels like, you can feel like almost in the 80s sometime. But at other times, it feels so modern. Because, like, a big part of it is that Superman is facing, like, a lot of trolls online, and he hates some of the hashtags, and what's revealed about who's behind some of the accounts is, like, really funny. And, I mean, I love the dog, too. Like, what they do with, like, And so much, I'm not going to spoil it, but I love that there is no, "Ugh, I had to snap the guy's neck." You know, Superman, if someone's going to die in a Superman movie, it should be done by the villain. It should be done by Superman being unable to save him, or like him falling, or the enemy falling or something, and him being unable to save them. Or it should be done by another character. And they do that so well. Like, especially with there's some great stuff with the dog, because like you want the villains to have some comeuppance, because like Nicholas Hoult, this Lex Luthor, he is evil. And I love that he has a reason. He hates Superman so much, and you can feel the hate on the screen. Like, he does so well. It's definitely the best Lex Luthor we've seen. But like, when different characters, like, there's time for something to happen to them, you know, stuff happens to them, and like, but Superman is able to stay above it. You know, eyes up here. He's not going to sink to their level. But I mean, he won't stop other things from happening to them if we need a little bit of comeuppance. And I just, like, everything about this, like, I'm looking forward to seeing it again. You know, I haven't seen a movie twice in movie theaters in a long time. Yeah, and I think I kind of feel like I need to see this again. Although this time I'll go to my, like, theater that's, like, less than 10 minutes away from me instead of 2 hours. But, like, there's something, I mean, Superman is such a hopeful character, and I feel like so many times I get so down because of all this horrible stuff that's happening in the world right now. And this is just, it filled me with kind of hope. And I just loved watching it, and I love that so many people seem to be enjoying it. And I wish that we just get more of this. I want to see what James Gunn and other creators can do with this universe. So I'd probably give Superman a 9.5 out of 10, and I would highly recommend it. You know, go check it out as soon as you can. Like, I hope the box office numbers are really big, because it deserves it. Like, I absolutely loved it. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.